This week's podcast is based on Shorties number 47, Vending Machine, where we talk about all kinds of vending machines that you can possibly discover in Japan.
What has been happening in Japan today?
I read the news. It's a funny news. You know how that in Japan where you sit on a train or in a bus and it gets so crowded, and sometimes we hear stories of how girls and women, they're being groped.
Yeah.
So there is a story about that. It just came out recently. But this time, instead of a woman, it's a guy. So it's a guy I think it's a train. And
Wait, he was groped?
yeah, he was groped.
Okay.
He felt something. The story came out on Twitter, so there was like some kind of translation, which I do not know who did the translation, but it pretty much translates into something like this based on his Twitter writing. So it says, on a crowded train, I could feel someone using some sort of item to touch the lower half of my body.
Whoa.
Some item.
You know, damn you, I thought to myself, my beautiful body may be smooth and slick like a white dolphin, but don't you dare think you'll get away with making it your plaything. So he was feeling something is like going up and down his legs and something like that. Then he decided like, okay, this is not something I'm going to be quiet about.
Right.
This is something I'm going to turn around and confront. And as he turns around, he saw that it's not a person who is trying to play with his body.
Right.
It's not an adult, at least. So he turns around, and turns out there was a little foreign boy, and he's playing with a small toy car.
Oh no.
So the mom's not seeing, so he was just pretending to drive the car up and down his legs. So eventually he closed his eyes, and then he just, okay, my legs are your highway then.
Oh no. Oh, it would be funny if like turns around and it's an old lady. Then old lady's winking on him like, oh no, what
with a
can
cucumber.
I do? Oh no.
So yeah, it's like, it's not just I guess it's kind of a interesting story. It's something that's out of the usual, because sometimes we hear like girls being groped.
very
that's
common,
quite
right?
common
Yeah.
over there.
Yep.
So if you have like a car going up and down, what would you do? Okay, if you have no idea it was a car, if you just
Right.
have some sort of idea that because you can feel it, someone is grabbing you
Yep.
in a crowded train and bus, and we've all been in that kind of situation before, how would you react?
Well, first of all, I would think that, hey, if there's this chick that's rubbing against my back, I think that would be great.
Okay,
But if I turn out and it's not, get the fuck off from me, man.
like what if it's not a chick, like how would you respond? Because I think in a fair situation we will think that, okay, if someone's touching me, I'm not comfortable, I'm gonna voice out. But when you're in that situation, it is pretty much hard to like.
Yeah. Actually, I have been in that situation before,
okay.
but
You've been groped?
not really. It was just my perception of, hey, something's going on and I don't like it. So I was in a crowded train. It was very, very crowded,
Okay.
to the point that you don't need to hold on anything. You can just stand and you won't move.
Yeah.
So in that kind of situation where your movements are restricted, somehow your skin is extra sensitive.
Yeah.
And you will feel whatever is touching on your body. So
Right.
at that day, it just so happens I felt something on my ass.
Oh really?
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I felt something like it's a motion of up and down, and
Up and down.
Yeah, and I felt very uncomfortable. So I let it go for a few times because I thought maybe it's just someone's props or elbow. They didn't intend to do it. But it happened so frequent that I can't stand it anymore. So I just turned around and I wanted to confront the person.
Oh, so it was a person.
Yeah. So in my mind, it was a person
Oh,
because
okay.
it's the feeling was starting to feel like it's a hand or something.
Wait, is it rubbing against or
It felt like it's rubbing,
okay?
right? So
with the shape of the hand.
yeah, like the shape of like
Okay, what was it?
a hand, a palm, like that.
Did it get any faster as the more you ignore?
No. It was in a constant motion. So I felt very impatient really. Then I just turned around. I wanted to confront the person, and to my surprise, it's actually a leather handbag. It's an edge of a leather handbag from a lady. So the lady wasn't even facing me.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
felt like, oh, that was dumb.
Yeah, those things get a little bit pokey and
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you still tell her though?
No, I didn't. I just kept quiet and.
Yeah, he just turned around, and this time his front side got rubbed by
and
that.
turns out like she was doing it, but she felt like I was turning and just quickly quickly evaded.
I mean, that's in Japan. That's the case about. There's a lot of case about this issue, right? I mean, happening to a girl, and the train is always very packed, and you just have nowhere to go. You know, you
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
only turn around like 360, and you can do nothing about it.
And I think that it's actually a something that is very common. It's not just restricted to, I mean, I'm talking about like pervs who are groping in a train. That it could be like literally anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
one particular person I had in mind is that who's your favorite band again?
One OK Rock.
Didn't they used to have like an extra member, like from 5 and then they became 4?
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
So what do you do?
Yeah, I mean that guy is involved with this kind of case. I mean that fifth long gone member actually was caught in an incident where he was groping a girl
In a bus.
in a train station.
In a train station. Not even.
Not even in the train.
So he's getting the action even before going into the stage.
Yeah.
So he's like doing outside, you know.
Yeah, that's why. And apparently he was drunk at that time. So
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's no excuse.
but I mean those are their main transport out, you know. So if they were gonna do, I guess it's either there or the bus, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to imagine. You know, before this, you see. I'm pretty sure everybody knows. Like, you know, there's a lot of porn that is based on bus and trains and stuff
Yep.
like that. You wouldn't really able to understand that if you're living in a country that you don't particularly use that kind of stuff and you drive most of the time.
Yeah.
So you kind of don't understand. But going to Japan and getting into those buses and trains, it can get like really damn packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's damn packed, you really get a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
And it's just up to you whether you want to take those opportunities or not. Have you tried?
Better to not do it. It's a crime after all,
Yeah,
guys.
it's a crime after all. Unless you know that, hey, you're about to leave the next stop, you gotta touch and go and then, pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so another thing that has been going on lately, not specifically in Japan, but actually it's worldwide. E3 has just passed by.
Yeah.
So
yep.
yeah, with
Recent
E3,
events.
yep, a lot of games has been revealed, and
Mhm.
the most exciting one from the Japan side actually is Super Mario.
Super Mario
Yeah.
again.
Again.
We're talking about Nintendo
You
again.
know, you release a new console, from Nintendo, you must have a Mario game to follow on it. So, yeah.
what's the catch here?
Wait, by the way, disclaimer, we're not sponsored by Nintendo.
Yeah, we're just
Again.
by Pep.
Shouldn't we be sponsored by now?
But it's not just to let Nintendo know that's not a problem. We're open to it. Yeah, so it's a new Mario game where the gimmick here is the hats. It's all about hats.
Okay.
So the hat has a power that can possess anything, any item or any character
on.
the hat is put on.
So is it still a 2D classic? You know, you go
No.
from left to right.
It's more open world.
So it's an open world kind of stuff.
So it's like GTA kind of style. It's
Oh,
third
okay.
person,
Mario
yeah.
in GTA mode.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
alright,
from the
interesting.
trailer, they reveal a lot of stuff like you can possess characters from dinosaurs to like Mario enemies. You know, it's very exciting.
just from
yeah.
wearing a hat.
Yeah, and they also still implement the 2D aspect, the 2D platform aspect in certain mini
Levels.
games.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
So what is this game about? Like I know it's an open world now.
Right.
It has hats, and you can assume other characters with the hat. Is it?
Yep,
That's
yep,
the power of it.
yep.
But
Yeah.
but what's is it saving princesses again or?
We're not sure what the story is because they haven't revealed that. They just
Right.
revealed a short gameplay trailer. So
Right,
that's
he just,
about it.
So he just go around and just put on his magic hat until everyone else.
So
he
basically,
sees.
they're introducing the gimmick first, and like,
I
this
see.
time it's gonna be more awesome because you can use hats. You know?
So I guess you can say Mario is a person who wears a lot of hats.
yeah.
Yeah. Different kind of hats.
You know, it kind of reminds me of the bald guy who wears a lot of hats as well, from plumbing to a businessman
Right,
to
right,
a
right.
mechanic. You know, it's like literally any
Any occupation.
Any occupation he'll be.
Like
It's
a
a man.
policeman has a special hat.
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah,
a bus
yeah.
driver has a special
Just
hat.
put it on and then you just become that person
yeah,
itself.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
But
too
you
bad.
know
Too
what's
bad he has sins in his name.
Hey, but if you're talking about 2D, 3D games, right? The one thing that I really am looking forward looking at E3 is actually Dragon Ball. To my surprise, because
Right.
right now they actually bring back those 3D character and turn them into a 2D platform fighting game. It's
You
a
know-
classic 2D fighting game.
You know, here's one thing when it comes to milking a franchise, you milk it so much that hey, we used to be 2D because we're limited with 3D technology.
yeah.
Now that we can do 3D, hey, let's not do 3D, let's do 2D again.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
It's more like let's do 3D but looks like 2D. So
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
will feel that reminiscent feeling,
Yeah.
nostalgic
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah, but I mean in fighting games, I always love 2D, you know, like platform sort of fighting environment rather than 3D because it's so hard to maneuver and it's not like your classic arcade sit down fighting game anymore. So yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, there were reaction videos and a lot of people were quite happy that they actually brought back that kind of platform, you know. So
Yeah, 2D games are good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It makes things simple, especially when you are trying to play a fighting game. You just can't do that with a 3D. It just looks
Yeah.
very odd. Like
Yeah.
remember when they turned Mega Man into 3D?
oh man,
that was
bad.
that was really bad.
That was bad.
It was super bad. In fact, I can't remember which one is it, but there's this one game specifically they actually incorporated both. So you have like 2D and you
3D.
have 3D at the same time.
Right.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't think
Not
it's
a good
one.
idea at
And I never wish that 3D Mega Man was actually the last game I ever played. You know why? Because the 2D one was the best and it should be kept that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the
Thanks.
one good thing about 3D is actually you can convert it to like toys or whatever, you know, miniature figurines. And as we all know, Japan is very famous for like gashapon, you know, vending machines and all that.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it just so happens that today we're gonna talk about that. It's
Right.
our Shorties number 47.
Yep.
Japan's vending machine. So, you know, like our content is usually about Japan, and this time it's about vending machine. And for sure, if you check our shorties, it's a short one, but it's straight to the point, and it's damn funny.
It's something that it seems maybe it's a fiction or it's a fact. I do not know at this point because as I've done a little bit of reading on how is it, do you actually get to sell vending machine sell used panties in vending machines, because that's what the Shorties is
Right.
about. You know, you have
Yeah.
Anakin who is sniffing a panty, and then eventually after that Akira revealed to see that he has that
More
many
panties.
more
Yeah.
panties, and he gets
Panty
it
keeper.
and he gets it from used panties vending
Yeah.
machine.
Yep.
So is it true or is it like
I mean, is it even legal to actually sell that? I don't know. I mean, but the first time I ever heard of it, I think I've heard it from Mel.
Right, right.
It was really shocking to me because I didn't know there were such machines. You know, all I know about vending machines in Japan, the amazing stuff they have for all your drinking drinks vending machines.
Yep,
you
yep.
know, and
Then the-
certain food. You know,
The more general knowledge
Yeah.
ones, right?
but when it comes to that used panties, I was just wondering who would actually buy that.
Japanese people apparently, because there's a market for it, man. I mean, our trip over there, I saw one.
Oh, you
But
did see one?
Yeah, I did see one, but I'm not sure if it's used
Right.
because just logically, nobody's gonna buy used panties.
Yeah, but if we don't talk about the perspective of buying, let's talk about the person who actually wanted to cash in for giving out her panties. You know, like the girl who actually
Right.
decided to, hey, you know, this doesn't suit my size anymore. I'm just gonna like not wash it for the day.
Girl, what
bring it to
happened
the
to
ship.
you? Burn that
That's-
shit. Yeah, maybe it's used, maybe it's not. But what I know is there's a market for it, and it's marketed at a specific place that people would buy. I'm just assuming.
I didn't really see a vending machine that actually says like I didn't see it as clear as how you see food vending machines. Of course, those things are a little bit much more common because you
Yeah.
gotta eat.
Yeah.
And vending machines for used panties, you just gotta sniff or do some kinky shit out of it.
Mm.
But I did see one video of like it's just a promotional video. Don't ask me why I'm seeing that, but some kind of very cute girl just puts her used panty and just seal it in a plastic and just make it like some kind of announcement to it.
Oh, man.
Right. So what is this, like a documentary about how that girl actually?
I don't know what that
Sells
video
it.
is about. Just like how last week I saw in the last podcast I was saying there's this one Japanese girl who shows you how to take out a shirt with one hand.
Right. Oh, it's a tutorial video.
Okay, basically those things appears on 9gag. Like
Right.
so, I guess when you actually have like a supply, there must be a demand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, and I'm hearing rumors out there that there's some people are saying that it's not really exactly a used panties from a girl. I think the manufacturer or whoever who's
So they
owning it.
manufacture a smell to it.
Yes.
So it's like
It's-
not really used, but it's been portrayed to be used, and it has kind of
Oh.
smell to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like any other flavored food or drink that you try to simulate. I guess, in business sense, like there is a way to actually create such scent if you
Wow.
actually have market for
So
it.
so pretty much, if you want some kind of flavor, if they want to diversify their product instead of just a used panty, hey, now we have used panties with stains and
Oh,
and
strawberry flavor.
and attached tampons and
Oh, no.
really real effect blood stains and shit like that.
Oh, gross.
Actually, that's pretty nasty. Like,
Yeah.
even I really can't imagine. But even if you want to get that, what do you do with it?
Exactly.
Right. It's like what do you do with it? Like, do you keep it? But why do you need to keep it? and if you don't unwrap it, is there like a collector's value?
And how long can you actually keep a non-washed panties?
Well, my perception is actually influenced a lot from anime, where when they steal panties and all this, they sniff it.
Okay, then
But
what next?
And then they proceed to pleasure themselves.
Okay.
I don't get that because in my perception, it's just me. It's not clean.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's not clean.
Because obviously, in our perception, it's very clean.
So maybe in their perception, that gets them high, I guess. So yeah.
That's just nasty.
Yeah, nasty. And moving on from this, what's the next nasty thing that
Vending
that comes
machines?
from the vending machine? To me, at least, is a food.
Okay,
Right?
alright.
And this was that I tried once and I never want to try it anymore.
Is it
which
natto?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
God.
the next thing that I find really gross.
But the thing is that natto is like some kind of acquired taste. You have to. I don't like it too.
Yep,
Because I tried
yep.
it. But you have to been there for a while, and you have to combine it with some other.
Oh, you can't eat it on its own.
You can't eat it on its own, and even if you eat it on its own for the first time, you probably won't like it. But
Yeah.
it's sort of like one of those things whereby it's dangerous, but you want to go get it.
Yeah.
It's it sucks, but you still gotta have it.
Right.
So I think that's what natto really is. I mean, it has a very specific texture, taste. I'm not too high about it, but tell me, what's the experience you have with natto?
Oh man, I took it from that from the conveyor belt in a sushi store. I tried and I couldn't finish it. The first bite and the taste that actually comes out from it, I got this very weird, smelly shoots taste like.
Yeah.
God.
I really get that feeling, and I thought I could actually just chew and swallow back in, but I couldn't.
But it swallows you instead.
Yeah, it swallows me instead.
I was about to taste that after
Oh.
you tasted, but
Nope.
you were like very adamant in saying do not try it. So I
Yeah.
kind of listened to
It
you.
was pretty nasty.
Yeah, I could have split half for you.
But you'll come to a point that maybe perhaps if you like it and it's really convenient that you could just go to a vending machine and get one.
Yeah, I mean, there is a specific vending machine just for natto itself. It's essential breakfast food for Japanese. So,
Well,
yeah.
Are you surprised that there are so many vending machines over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, every 100 to 200 meters walk away from one machine, you see the next vending machine up again.
Yeah.
Actually, Japan is the largest vending machine user in the world.
Right.
here's
it's like-
here's a fun fact, useless fact but fun.
Yep.
More useless actually. Japan is currently home to 5.52 million vending machines. 5 million vending machines. Now that's a lot. Now here's a
That's a lot.
comparison. Here's the useless fact. Slovakia